So let me get this straight.
Wolf says, shaking his head slowly as he sets his hands on his lean hips, his very trim hips. Not that I noticed or anything.
You're going to build a hotel around a haunted barn. Aren't you afraid it'll be bad for business?
One, I reply as June snickers. As I told you before, the whole property is haunted, not just the barn. And two, it could actually be good for business. A lot of people are into that stuff. June agrees. And there are plenty more who don't believe in it at all, so I don't think it'll be bad for the pocketbook. Oh, maybe you could offer ghost tours. I raise an eyebrow at the thought. Hey, that's not a bad idea. Halloween would be a blast, June continues. I don't know, I reply, thinking it over. Maybe it's not something I want to advertise. I don't want it to become a cliche or scare people off, you know? Plus, I don't want to miss your grandma's party. It's too epic. True, June says, and we both turn our attention to Wolf as he laughs at us. What's so funny? I demand.
You two. I'm glad I came up here and got to see you both.
He shakes his head and then turns to my friend.
Oh, hey, June.
What's up? She asks.
My parents' house is falling apart. Literally. Would you have time to come look things over and give me an estimate on some repairs?
June nods thoughtfully. Sure, I can pop over later this week to see what's going on. It's been a killer summer for my schedule, but I should have some time this fall if you can wait a month or two.
Nothing's urgent, just things falling apart around me.
Wolf says to her.
I'd appreciate the help.
Why don't you just sell it and buy something else? I ask him. Yeah, you did well with racing, June points out. You could buy something a lot nicer.
I could,
he says, but shakes his head and then pins me with his dark blue gaze.
But I can't imagine living in Huckleberry Bay and not being on this road. The house will be fine with some repairs.
He looks in the direction of his property.
I'll see you both soon.
But it's me that he winks at before turning to walk out of the barn. My eyes immediately fall to his backside. Wolf always did have a nice butt. Somehow it's only gotten better.
I'm going to figure out how to get that automobile out of here.
He tosses over his shoulder.
I'll be in touch.
Wait, you don't have my number. That stops him in his tracks. He turns and walks back to me, holding out his phone.
Just send yourself a text.
I feel like I'm watching a rom-com unfold before my very eyes, June says, but I ignore her as I type in my number and send myself a simple hi. The phone in my back pocket dings.
Now I have your number.
Wolf winks at me and turns away once more to leave. His sneakers are quiet on the old wood floor, but they stir up a bit of dust as he walks away.
You'll hear from me soon.
June bumps my shoulder with hers after he's out the door and several seconds have passed. I bet you hear about more than that old car. What are you talking about? I walk over to the far wall and inspect some rotten boards. Boy, the salty air really does a number on buildings, you know? Of course I know, I'm a builder, and you just changed the subject. Wolf's always been good-looking. I reply with a shrug. That hasn't changed. I'm sure you noticed. As I'm not currently dead, yes, I noticed. Another slam comes from the loft. I guess the dead lady noticed too, June says, and I saw the way you looked at his ass. That's not against the law. June laughs. No, definitely not. And if it makes you feel better, he was checking you out too. We haven't seen each other in a long time, I remind her, so it makes sense that we were sizing each other up. Right. Yeah, it was only normal, if lusty eyes can be considered normal. Okay, I admit it. Wolf's damn hot. I laugh and then turn to my friend with a shrug, with a capital H. Did you see the way his muscles strained against that shirt? Maybe he needs a bigger shirt. It would be a shame to cover those muscles, June says with a smirk and turns to the old Ford. He was crazy excited about this car. How did we not know that it was out here?